So today we're going to be rebuilding the worst team in baseball, and you're probably thinking, we already did the Pirates. Yeah, I know. We're not going to be doing the Orioles either. We're not going to be doing the Tigers. We're actually going to be doing the Colorado Rockies. Yes, the Colorado Rockies are currently the worst team in baseball. And you want to know who the second worst team in baseball right now is? The New York Yankees.
The Yankees lose.
Hey, I'm not saying it's going to end like that, but it would be wild. So today we're gonna be doing the Colorado Rockies, and I hope you do enjoy it. Of course, if you do, hit that thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content, and of course get in the comment section and let me know who you think is going to be the worst team at the end of the season. I want your predictions. Let me know in the comment section. Of course, if you haven't followed my Twitter yet, go check it out. That's the best place to know when a video is going live. I always tweet when the video does go live. And also, like, I talk about baseball, just a bunch of other stuff. Go follow my Twitter, as well as my second channel down below, and also my Twitch. I'm gonna be streaming every single night. We're gonna be doing no money spent series, so if you're looking for something a little bit different from franchise, go check out those links down below. So let's get into it with this Colorado Rockies team. Still cannot download a roster from the roster vault. Fingers crossed we can get that fixed soon, because I want to start a franchise series. But I don't want to start it until we can get the updated rosters with like the new prospects and all the prospects that are missing. So let's just get into it. So I'm basically just using the default rosters. I'm going to leave this like this. I'm going to let the CPU sign whoever they want. And boom, let's get into it. So let's take a look and see what this team is looking like. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, the roster is actually pretty bad. Even with Nolan Arenado on this team, the roster is just not good. So I'm trying to think, do I want to blow up the team and just start from fresh? Do I want to try to build around Trevor Story? What's the game plan here? What am I going to do? And where am I going to go with this team? So looking at it, you guys can kind of see what we have here. And there's some okay things. There's some not okay things. I think Michael Toglia is going to be a good player for us in the future. But then where does Ryan McMahon play? Because he's been a bright spot in this Rockies team in real life. You've got Garrett Hampson. You've got Josh Fuentes, Colton Welker, Aaron Schunk. You got Trevor Story, Brendan Rodgers. Is Brendan Rodgers going to stay healthy? Is he going to figure it out? Casey Golden. I don't know if this is meant to be like a Zach Veen replacement, but he was in the lineup. So we're going to use him. He's in the roster for some reason. Tapia's here. We've got Ian Desmond, who just keeps opting out. So this is the last year of his contract. I'm just gonna let him sit in the minors all year and then not bring him back. Chris Owings, we got Daza, you got Jamison Hanna, and then in right field you got Blackman along with Hilliard. So when we take a look at like what our whole scenario is, it's not great. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, it's not. It's really not. And then when you take a look at the lineup, there might be some glitchy players in here. You know, the most electric player in baseball, Raimel Tapia. Trevor Story is obviously a good player. Charlie Blackmon usually does well. How many years does he have left on his contract? 3. CJ Cron's here. You got Casey Golden, who's that random player that we have. Sam Hilliard, Ryan McMahon, and then Dom Nunez. The thing is, like, I want to get Brendan Rodgers involved, Colton Welker, Michael Toglia, and I don't know where we get those guys in unless we keep McMahon at second. You know, we also have like Garrett Hampson here, who like could end up being kind of a beast, or he could be a bust, and we just trade him maybe for some pitching. I don't know. I got to figure this out. Let's get into the regular season, and then let me show you our current budget situation, so you guys get an idea of like who's making what money, who becomes a free agent, and everything like that. So there isn't that much money in next year's team. There's only 31 million. That's basically Blackman, Charlie Blackman. The other one is, oh man, who is it? Charlie Blackman, a couple other guys, but then we got to pay Trevor Story. So like, what do we do with it there? So yeah, okay. Let me make some trades. I'm thinking maybe we get rid of Garrett Hampson because we don't necessarily need him. We have some younger guys who can come up and replace him, and I want to see like, I want to get Michael Toglia probably at first in the future. Keep McMahon at second. Depending on how Fuentes does, we might have someone to replace him like Brendan Rodgers or Colton Welker. So maybe we try to focus on getting a couple pitchers, strengthen that part of the team, and then let the offense and the young guys start to improve. Scuffy, can you calm down with the BR games? I'm trying to record a video. I don't know who this Ricky Slade guy is. I think he's meant to be Arihara of the Rangers, Kohei Arihara, who came over from Asia this year. I think it was Japan. Maybe he might have been Korea. I think it was Korea now. But I think that's who this is meant to be. I'm going to pick up Ricky Slade of the Rangers. I'm going to give him Garrett Hampson and Vincent Wilson. Vincent Wilson's our lowest rated player in the organization. I want to see how this guy does. And we also need a pitcher anyway, so we might as well pick him up. So there's one trade. He's also kind of young. What, 26? I think that's pretty solid. So I was going to say and then I was like, I was gonna add like 3 different words into one. I do want to trade somebody else. Who is it that like I just don't see us using in the future? I kind of want to give all the offensive players a chance besides Ian Desmond, but I'll just let him rot in the minors. Charlie Blackmon, I mean, probably a player we should get rid of. Kyle Freeland might be good, but I think that's what we do. I think we kind of just let the season go by, see who does well, and if they do well, we keep them. If not, we try to let some of these other guys come in. I think getting the pitcher though was something that we definitely needed to do. Let's add him to the 40 man. I think that one was definitely a move that had to be done. And then what we'll do here is we'll change up the pitching rotation a little bit. We'll move Ricky Slade in for maybe Austin Gomber. We found out that Gomber really excelled in this long relief role. And we'll leave it there for season 1. I want to see what players we get in the draft, and we'll go from there. Because I like the team that we have. I just want to kind of see what players I like. So let's go to the draft. Let's get that done. And I'll see you guys at the end of the first season. All right. So I figured I should probably show you our draft picks here. I feel like this is the better screen to show you guys. Who is this beautiful? Look at Blaine Fuller, our first draft pick in the first round. Hitting stats aren't there just yet, but I like the vision. That definitely is going to help him out. The contact and everything will go up. We've got an 87 potential, 71 overall pitcher, Iwamura. He looks really good. We've got 79 potential, Dan Ellsworth. Carmen Vazquez with 80 potential. He's 70 overall already. 93 potential, 60 overall for Castillo. 72 potential for Gardner. And then 88 potential for Ruben. Or Rubin? I think it's Ruben. Whatever it is, that's a nice looking draft. So the first season, 74 and 88 is not as bad as I anticipated. I actually thought we were going to be, maybe 60 wins. But that's okay. We can definitely improve on that. I would assume after that kind of season, we have numbers, that we can work with, some players that we can build on. And so we finished 30 games out. The team ERA is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It looks like the offense is an area where we're going to need to improve. 14 games out in the wild card. And you know what? Like I said, I definitely think, with seeing some of just the record and everything like that, I think we're going to definitely have some building blocks to build off of. So let me see what we got here. Let's go up here and looking at this. I don't really see us in any of the league leading like top. Oh, there's Tapia with 41 doubles. Okay, so maybe Tapia is someone there. Trevor Story with 12 triples. Home runs, nobody up there. Okay, but what about awards? Probably a Gold Glove, Josh Fuentes, and then Rookie of the Year, Casey Golden. Okay, interesting. And I'll throw myself in this corner so you guys can see. But all right, so Casey Golden hit 244 with 15 home runs. Interesting. We also had Ricky Slade. Okay, I like seeing that. But okay, let's take a look at the pitching staff. Let's see how everybody did. It looks like a couple players. So who got sent down? Senzatella, I think, got sent down. Was rocked a little bit, but Austin Gomber, like I said, he really excels in a long relief role. This is probably where I'm going to keep him throughout the rebuild. I think this really works for him. He had a great year. Peter Lambert, not too bad either. He's also 22, so there's definitely room to improve on. His attributes aren't great, but we'll have to wait and see how Ian does. Estevez, not great. Almonte didn't even pitch. Robert Stevenson, not terrible. Okay. Julian Fernandez, okay, not bad. Deep potential, though, so I'm not too sure how much more he'll improve. Michael Givens was good. Oberg was good. And then back to Gomber. I think Bard got sent down. Yeah, he tanked in overall quite a bit, and I can see why they sent him down. So, okay. I think Derek Rodriguez had quite a good year this year. I'm not too sure why the stats aren't recording, but from what I saw, I think he had like a 3 ERA in AAA while I was keeping an eye on him. So I'll definitely keep an eye on him. And then Senzatella had a rough season. So maybe Pudge's son will have a shot to come up into the bigs next year. German Marquez on a very team-friendly contract. I'll probably keep him around. He's usually a pretty reliable arm. John Gray, not terrible. If we can move him maybe into the 3 or the 4 in the rotation, I think that's a good move for us. Kyle Freeland, not terrible. And then Ricky Slade, not bad either. So maybe we just move Derek Rodriguez up, you know, kind of keep those 5 as the starting rotation and then kind of build from there. See who does well, who does poorly after one more year, and then we really start to pay the money to see which pitchers we can bring in. So taking a look at the lineup, Brendan Rodgers did get called up. He had an okay season, only 40 at bats though, so like it's kind of tough to judge it off of him. I definitely expect him to improve, but like looking at his attributes, he's not going to be good in franchise, sadly. So like, do we keep him? Do we trade him to see if we could get something else in return? It's just I don't know. How did Colton Welker do? 144 at bats. Okay, nothing special though. Brent Boswell, 59 overall, didn't even get an at bat. So Raimel Tapia, 41 doubles. Okay, the average isn't bad, but the on base percentage is not great, and the OPS is all right. So I wish the on base percentage was a little higher. Josh Fuentes was a little bit of a letdown. Trevor Story was pretty decent. I definitely want to try to bring him back, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Like, how much does he want, if he will come back to the team? I know in real life it doesn't really make sense for him to come back, but I want him as kind of the new Arenado, right? He is the face of this team now. So Charlie Blackmon was great. We'll see if we keep him much longer. CJ Cron, I don't think I'm going to bring him back. Casey Golden, he's definitely improved, so we'll have to wait and see how he does. It's not a great season, though. It's not a great season. Sam Hilliard, though. Okay. Limited appearances, but not bad. Not bad, Sam Hilliard. Okay. So maybe we move him into... where do we put him? I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. Or maybe we trade Charlie Blackmon. And we definitely need a new catcher. Anybody else, like, really improved down here? McMahon got sent down. Why? Not the best of years. Definitely not the best of years, but that's our second baseman, so we got to call him back up. What about Michael Toglia? He improved. He's definitely someone to keep an eye out in real life as well. So, okay. Don't back out. Let's get into the offseason. We definitely have building blocks. I still don't think we're going to be competing next year, but at least I expect us to get a little bit better, right? So, let's see who retired. Okay, nobody of note on our squad. Exclusive negotiations. I want to bring him back, but like obviously, does it make sense for him to come back in real life? And especially for that little money, no, he definitely needs more. I'll even give him a player option. I'll backload it though to save us some money. Hopefully he accepts it. Michael Givens, I'm gonna do a little 2-year option. I'm gonna make sure he knows he's gonna be in the bullpen. I'll bump this up to 9 mil. Hopefully he takes it. He should. I'll even bump it up to 10, just because I want to keep him, but if he doesn't do well, then I don't want to keep him. And then the rest can go, because I'd rather use the money that we have to improve the team somewhere else. I definitely will also improve the coaching staff. I know our coaching staff isn't the best, so I'll do that off camera. I'm going to add Peterson, even though he's 59 overall. I'll add Bueno as well. They might become trade pieces and become in handy. Ooh, Derek Rodriguez was not on the 40-man. Let's put him on the 40-man. Can't lose him. That's a good... And the catcher, or not the catcher, the closer, Hideo Matsumoto. Get him too. Greg Bird, I know he's the best first baseman in baseball, but we might have to let him walk. So I'll make sure I add everybody to the 40-man. Looking at this, I'm not going to bring back Bard. I'm not going to bring back Diaz, and I'm not going to bring back Efting. So I think, and I probably won't bring back Fernandez either. I'll think about Greg Bird. And then the rest can go to the bottom. So, contracts. I think everybody's going to get a contract here. I feel like everybody deserves one. Maybe not Briseño. Maybe Briseño. And then, who could we get here? I want to bring in bullpen help. That's an area I want to bring in bullpen help. A catcher. I don't know. Maybe a catcher. First base, I think I'm going to give it to... McMahon, and then second base can be, ooh, we don't have a second baseman. Unless we give it to Brendan Rodgers for the season and see how he does for a year. Third base, Fuentes, but he wasn't great, and Welker's not ready yet either. So maybe we try to bring in a big bat at third base like Chris Bryant. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look around and see what we can do, because like it's weird, because like the players are like this close to being ready but not necessarily ready just yet. So I'll think about it. I'll see you guys for season 2. So this is something I've been thinking about for a little bit. I'm gonna trade for Jorge Alfaro of the Marlins, and the thing I was thinking about was, let's get rid of Charlie Blackmon. He doesn't really fit what I want to do with the team anymore, and I tried to trade him to a team in the American League because I feel like that makes the most sense for him career wise. But I don't want to trade for Sean Murphy again. And like I don't really see another catcher unless I go like Wilson Ramos. But again, even Wilson Ramos doesn't really fit the thing. And like I guess I could go Corey Lee. Maybe give maybe Dom Nunez. And then like I don't know, let me give you, I don't know. Let me see what we got extra here. Anthony Garcia. You want Anthony Garcia, or what about Bueno? You want Bueno? You don't want Bueno. Let's see. Who could you have? What about Todd? I don't know. You don't want him either. What about Greg Bird, the best first baseman in baseball? You don't want him. All right. I'll give you Kevin Kaufman. Yeah, I'll give you Kevin Kaufman, and we'll get Corey Lee. We'll let him sit in the minors for a year and let him develop a little bit, because he's close. It's just those hitting stats need a little bit more time. The fielding's all there, but I need those hitting stats to develop a little bit. So what we'll do is we'll just go out and sign a catcher for the year, because Elias, I guess we could use Elias Diaz, but then we don't really have a backup. So I'll go sign a backup, and this will be a trade. We'll get Corey Lee. We'll test him out, see how it goes. Let me just go straight into free agency and get a catcher, and we're gonna get Kurt Suzuki's gonna be like a 12 overall by the end of the year, but I guess we take him. There it is. That's the squad. I think that's it. I think we have 26 guys. Oh, we have 25. I think that's it though. I think pitching wise, that's all I wanted, and I guess we'll sign one more person. I'll sign one more person. We can sign. Let's sign maybe an outfielder. I guess we'll sign just Brian Goodwin's fine for a season. He's not gonna play much, so if he's fine with not playing much, we'll be all good. We'll add him to the team. We'll add him to the major leagues, and now let me show you the squad. All right, so here we go. Marquez, Gray, Freeland, Slade, and then Derek Rodriguez is gonna come up and be our fifth starter. We're gonna have Gomber, Estevez, Almonte, Stevenson, Green, Givens, and Oberg. The bullpen actually wasn't too bad. I brought in Shane Green on a 1-year deal. It was $2 million, super cheap. We'll see how he does. If he does poorly, then we don't really lose much because we didn't really pay him that much. And then when we take a look at our bench, this is currently what we have: Suzuki, Goodwin, Fuentes, Elias Diaz, Yannick Daz, and Greg Bird. I feel like we have an extra player. Maybe not. Who's gonna be our DH this year? Do we give it to Greg Bird, or? I feel like Brian Goodwin's always just a good player to have, but he's not going to be our catcher. Oh, yeah. We got to put our catcher in the lineup. I guess Kurt Suzuki versus righties, and then we'll go Diaz versus lefties. Or Diaz versus... I guess we just go Kurt Suzuki starting the whole time. But I brought in Chris Taylor. 2-year deal, $6.5 million. We got Tapia in center. Trevor Story on a long-term contract. There it is. We looked at it already. Hilliard's going to play right field. He had a decent year last year, so I thought, you know what, let's give him a full season, see how he does. McMahon at first, Casey Golden in left. Marwin Gonzalez was brought in to kind of be a platoon guy. I definitely expect him to get plenty of time. Nikki Montano was a Rule 5 draft. I'll show you that right now. Rule 5 draft. Nikki Montano, he played for the Cardinals. Got really good contact stats. Wasn't used at all last year. And he could be really good for us. He's got better hitting stats than Josh Fuentes, so I thought, let's give him a shot. I don't know who he's meant to be in real life, so he's in the team. And then Kurt Suzuki. So yeah, there's the squad. We'll get Kurt Suzuki starting, and then if he starts to tank in overall, we'll throw in Diaz. And then we have like Corey Lee, Toglia to look forward to. We've got Grant Levine as well. And then, of course, all those players that we just drafted. Fuller and just all the other crazy picks that we have. So the team's looking solid. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into it. What are we currently ranked? 22nd. Not great, but I expect it to be around the same as what we did last year. Second season's draft, and here we go. We got Tom Jackson, not first overall pick, but that was our first round pick. The other person that I looked at was another first baseman, and I think it was this one, Johnny Harder, who looks really good as well. 66 overall, 91 potential, and I think that was him. I'm trying to see if there was another first baseman that was selected in the first round, and it doesn't look like it. So I think we did a little bit better just because of the vision and the contact. He's also got really good arm and reaction, so I wonder if he could play another position, because I feel like we're set at first base. I feel like maybe, and he's also like 5'11", so maybe a little bit taller would be good. So maybe like third, possibly. Switch hitter. Maybe third, or maybe like a corner outfield spot is possible. Martin Montez is a reliever, looks decent as well. We've got center fielder Abreu. Ooh, he looks really good. Looks really good. Really good. Hitting stats suck, but the fielding and the speed all around looks solid. We got Galvez, we've got Montanez, Vargas, and then Andino. So again, a pretty strong draft. I'm liking what I'm doing. All right, so we did do worse, which it does suck. I did check in on the team though, and I completely understand why, and we're going to completely overhaul the offense. That is clearly the weak part of this team. Pitching is surprisingly doing well, and like I said, I think it's the offense. No player is really doing well. We have Trevor Story and like maybe one or two other bats. Everybody else, including the bench, was atrocious. So we really need those youngsters to start stepping up, and then that way we can actually have a pretty strong team, because like it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be ugly. You're gonna see the team, and it's just I'm probably gonna try to flip a couple players this offseason for players that I signed to a couple year deals, just because like it's bad. It's really bad. And a player I actually had my eye on was Tyler O'Neill. How did he do this year? Actually really good. I was going to trade for him this offseason, and I didn't. So I'm a little upset about that move. But okay. As we head into the awards, let's see what we have here for MVPs and whatnot. And again, we're not even in the mix for anything, which is completely understandable because we were garbage. We were so bad. So here we go. Let's take a look. Let's see how we did. Like I said, pitching wasn't the issue. Like, this was actually the strong suit of our squad. They sent down Derek Rodriguez, who, yeah, he got roughed up a little bit. So we would just look to bring in a new starter. Who else did they send down? Oh, Michael Givens had a terrible year. I'm not going to pick up his option. He was so bad. But the rest of the squad, Austin Gomber, you know, a little bit of a rougher season, but I still have faith in him. Sensatella did struggle in 23 innings. We've got Estevez, who had a little bit better of a season, improved a little bit. Almonte was actually really good. I'm surprised by that. You know, Stevenson's solid. Green did well. Matsumoto didn't even pitch. Oh, he pitched 2 innings, didn't allow a run. 2 innings and 5 strikeouts. That's pretty solid. I would say that's pretty good. Oberg, outstanding. And then back to Gomber. And then when you look at our starting rotation, we've got Marquez, who's still really strong. John Gray's doing well. Freeland's doing solid. Ricky Slade, you know what? I'm okay with that being like a 4 in the rotation. And then we can definitely go out and sign somebody, or we can go to Colberth. That's really about it, just Colberth. So I'm thinking we go out and we sign someone, because I want to let Iromura develop one more season, and he could probably take over for somebody in this rotation. So I think we're gonna go out and maybe sign like a 1-year like rental type player, maybe someone that's a little bit older. And then I don't even want to look at this. This was so bad. Josh Fuentes as a bench bat platoon guy, a little bit better. So I think that's his role going forward. And then Brendan Rodgers didn't get to hit, but like his hitting stats aren't there. I need him to be higher. He's definitely going to be a trade piece that I look to move this offseason. Chris Taylor was solid. That I'm happy about this pickup. I think, you know, it was 2-year deal. I think this is perfect for us. It works great. Tapia fell off. Trevor Story was good. Sam Hilliard, I think he's more of a bench bat for us. Casey Golden's just not really doing it. You got Marwin, who was a lot better last time we used him. Montano's bad. Suzuki was a better hitter. Like, it's just not good. Daza wasn't great. You know, Levine's close. Levine's really close to being up there. Corey Lee is definitely going to be our starting catcher next year. We've got McMahon, who had a rough year this year as well. So I don't know what to do with him. I thought he was going to be really good. He's not really proven to be good at all. Michael Toglia, I think, is going to be a better bat. We've got Colton Welker, who's just around the corner of being ready. Probably could give him a shot too. We've got Vazquez. We've got Fuller, who, how old is he? 18? Maybe one more year. Just to be safe, I don't want to rush him. So I might give him one more year in the minors, and then we'll call him up in season 4. Yeah, that'll be season 4. So I think this season's more of like, again, let's try to find like players we can plug into those gaps and go from there. Because unless we like completely get rid of everybody, you know, like I don't really see us being able to compete next year. Pujols retires. So looking at this, I want Oberg one more. Let's try to get him for 2 years. I know we're not a contender. Oh man, he wants so much money, man. What if I give him the closer role? It doesn't really help out the situation, but 2 years, I'll give him that. Sam Hilliard, what was the option? 2.5. I'll take it because I want him to be a bench bat for us. John Gray was good. 8 mil. I'll take that option too. Marwin, I'm gonna decline this. I'm gonna decline Derek Rodriguez as well, and then Michael Givens, I'm gonna decline. Shane Green, I want to see how much he wants for 1 more year in the bullpen. Maybe like 3 mil. 3 mil is perfect with me, and then I'll let the other 2 go as well. So, okay, those were our negotiations to start with. And as we head into the next step, I'm going to add Toglia 100%. I don't want Toglia to leave. I'm going to add Dennis. I'm going to add Todd, and then any other players that I need to the 40-man. Arbitration, let's see here. I'm just going to let Derek Rodriguez go. I'm going to let Greg Bird go. I know, crazy. I'm going to let Brian Goodwin go as well. So the bottom 3 are going to go. I'm going to hold on to the rest. McMahon, I think, could be like our new bench bat. That's what I'm looking at. And then I'm going to add everybody to this contract situation. Montano, I might let him go because like he just wasn't good. I might let him go. He's someone that I'm considering just letting walk. And then looking at the team now, I think we need 1 starter, right? Deli's going to go down, or Deal will go down. Gomber will stay here. So we need a bullpen arm. I guess we could rock Matsumoto. Not in the setup role, but maybe we find 1 setup pitcher. Rock with the same bullpen, because the bullpen surprisingly was really good. So let's get rid of these extra pitchers that I just don't need. So he can go down. He can go to AAA. What are his stats looking like? Yeah, so I think we need one bullpen arm for sure. I think the starters and like long reliever situation set. And then when we take a look at our lineup, we definitely need to figure this out. So Hilliard's going to take Goodwin's spot. Golden is going to take probably Greg Bird's spot. Montano, maybe we just release him and just keep Josh Fuentes. And then we just really need to fill out the rest of the roster. And then who gets the call up? Lee does. He gets added to the 40-man. We call him up. First base, we'll call him up for now. We'll just release him now so I don't forget. We'll call up Toglia as well. I think I'm probably going to start Toglia. Brendan Rodgers is probably going to be traded. I think he's going to be traded. Yeah. I think he's going to be traded. I think we trade him for... What do we need? Is Welker going to be good enough, quick enough? What about Shunk? Maybe we got Fuller left. Center field is either going to be Abreu, like maybe Jameson Hanna. So maybe an outfielder, maybe 1 outfielder, just to be safe. Because like Casey Golden's not proven to be any good. I don't know. Or maybe a pitcher. I don't know. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with Brendan Rodgers. You know, also looking at what's available in free agency. Let's see. We could just sign somebody in free agency as well. I mean, there's so many options. I don't really know what to do with this team yet. We're in season 3 and I'm so confused. I'll see you guys for season 3. All right, so I haven't even moved anywhere into the offseason, and I want to pick up a third baseman. And I guess I could look at who's available in free agency at third base. I don't want anybody there. Okay, I have 2 players in mind. The first one is Jerome Driscoll. He looks really good. He's only 20, but look at those stats. They look really, really good. And I want to get rid of Brendan Rodgers because, like I said, he's just not going to be great. And like in this franchise, he might end up being a great second base, shortstop, third base, wherever he is at the Rockies. And then Colton Welker, again, maybe if I gave him a chance, he'd develop and be really good. But I kind of want to start to add pieces that are going to be good. And Shunk is not too far behind him hitting wise, and he's, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna trade Welker as well. So I can't get Driscoll. Okay, that's fine. The other one, which I'm looking at Driscoll and I'm going, he's really close to being, actually he is MLB ready. So he was drafted what, last year? Okay, I mean he boosted up. And then the other one is Edwin Rios, who had a phenomenal season. He had a really bad 2021, but he had a great year last year. And I'm wondering if he can repeat that with us, which we can get this trade straight up, which I'm down with just this trade being the trade that we do. And then did we need a bullpen arm? We did. We need a setup guy. What if Daniel Norris is that setup guy? Ooh, hold up. Wait a minute. That checks off 2 boxes. And imagine Edwin Rios in Coors Field for 162 games a season. That Driscoll guy does look good, but I want Edwin Rios. Get him in my team. Do I need to offer him arbitration? No, he's got a contract this year. We're all good to go. All right, season 3, let's get into the roster history and show you what I did. So Adam Eaton, signed him to a 1-year deal, just as an outfielder for us. 1-year deal, like I said, $4 million. I'm just using him to get on base. That's really what I need. I need someone that gets on base. Obviously, the trade for these 3, which we did, I brought in Kurt Casale for a couple seasons to be a backup catcher. We need one. Jose Barrios is the big addition this offseason. You can see $25 million for the next 7 years. That's what I had to pay to make sure it happened. Didi Gregorius as a backup, 1-year, $7 million deal. He hits home runs. So if he can do that off the bench for me, that's solid. And then that's really about it in terms of free agency and all that stuff. So currently this is what our team is looking like. I've really enjoyed the way the pitching staff has performed, so I didn't want to change it too much. It's the offense that's been a bit of an issue. I think having players like Chris Taylor and Adam Eaton who get on base, I think those are good. Story, Edwin Rios, I think is a good addition for us as well. This is where things get a little dicey. I want to give Toglia as much game time as possible, so I'm going to get him into the lineup. But then the rest of the lineup is just like, who do we go with? We've got these guys like Levine, who's right around the corner. Blaine Fuller, I'm definitely calling up for season 4. I want to get him into the team. We've got Carmen Vazquez too, who could potentially be that second baseman if, Chris Taylor leaves. Ooh, hold up. Does he have another position? Third base? We could move Edwin to first if Toglia or McMahon don't do well this year. Have that guy move to third. We just have a bunch of players. I moved Tom Jackson to third base, and it actually boosted him up to a 67. So I'm thinking he might be a player that I look to get involved pretty quickly, or at least by season 5. And then we have that center fielder, Justin Abreu, who I need his hitting stats to go up. He's a great defensive outfielder with the speed, but it just doesn't have the bat just yet. So we have players. I know we have players that are developing. We also have this Todd guy. We have Levine. So we've got some decent players. I kind of want to make a trade for something, but like, what? What is it? Do we just move Edwin to, man? Because like we've got Vazquez, who not too far off hitting wise. We've got Fuller, who definitely is coming up to play outfield next year. So do we need one outfielder? What if we just trade for like a proper center fielder and get rid of Golden and then maybe like Daza and Hilliard, and then just bring in one outfielder? Because yeah, let's bring in one. Let's get in like one proper center fielder. That's what I want. That's what I want. I like a real center fielder. Let's see what we can find. So to make the Rosarena trade happen, yes, right, we're getting that man, that MF Randy into the team, who's got team control for the rest of the rebuild. I'm going to trade Casey Golden, Sam Hilliard, and Peter Lambert. There we go. Let me get him into the lineup now. So that's the move. That's what I want. I'm going to let everybody else develop. I'm going to let everybody else kind of like work in the minors, and McMahon's got his one shot here. Eaton, Tapia, Lee, Taglia. Taglia is actually starting every other game, every other lineup. So like with no DH, McMahon gets moved to the bench. And otherwise, that's the team. I like it. The pitching staff has been really strong for us, so I don't want to change it. I'm liking what I'm seeing with the pitching staff. So let's leave that alone. Let's hope the offense kind of kicks it into gear, and we should be good for season 3. All right, so 83 and 79. Again, not great, but at least it was our first winning record. And I feel like, okay, this is the time where we're going to start making some crazy changes, because I've looked at the team. I've seen, now I finally understand, like, I know who to keep, who to get rid of. We just missed out on the wild card spot, and like now I'm feeling good. All those youngsters that we had, I really wanted to get them into this team, so now we can start making the changes, and I know who to get. We're gonna focus on some pitching. We're gonna focus on a couple offensive pieces. This team is starting to take shape now, and I felt with like how good of a draft we actually had in that first and second year, I really wanted to bring in some of those youngsters that we had, because I just felt like they needed to be part of it. Oh man. So with that being said, I just wanted to bring in some of the draft picks. I felt like they were too good not to get involved, and rather than going out and signing a crazy good player and then having to like try to somehow shuffle the lineup around and then find a way to get them into the team, I felt like it was just better for us to just let them develop and then bring them into the team that way, and then we can bring in some players to kind of build around them. So we got 2 seasons to turn this team around. I really like what we have. So here we go. Time to look at the squad. We're going to look at pitching first, as we normally do. Gomber, really good. I'm actually considering moving him to the starting rotation. So good. Unbelievable. Colberth, 21 innings. But I mean, this guy could potentially make his way into the 5 spot. Estevez struggled a little bit, but he did bring down the whip by quite a bit. So like, I still have faith in him, but at the same time, if there's a better reliever available, I might look to bring in one. Almonte's solid. Stevenson's still doing well. Norris struggled a little bit, so I'm going to take him out of the setup role, maybe just put him in the middle relief spot. Matsumoto did well, and then Oberg has started to like fall apart, so I'm thinking maybe we look to bring in a new closer. When you look at who we have in the farm system, we don't really have anybody. Kyle Freeland did get sent down. He just had a really rough year. We have Iwamura, who had a great season. Great year. I'm thinking he's going to be a 4 or 5 next season. Ellsworth, I'll consider it. Maybe make him the long reliever. When you look at our starters, you've got Barrios, Marquez, both really good. Marquez, I got to bring back. John Gray, I'm going to let walk. Matt Dennis, probably not going to use him. He does have okay stats, but I don't think he's, a pitcher that I'm going to use. Maybe like middle relief if we need to. And then Slade struggled. So what I'm thinking is maybe move like Slade to like the 4. We move Gomber to the 3. We have 1, 2, 3. We bring in Iwamura for this spot, the 4. Slade at the 5, and then the Ellsworth. He'll be the long reliever, and then we just look to the bulk up the bullpen. And then now that we look at the bench, you guys can see kind of what we're working with here. Again, not great numbers. Kurt Casale though, great bench bat for the catching spot, the backup catcher. Everybody else was all right. Michael Taylor was all right, but it wasn't great. Chris Taylor has actually been a really good second baseman. Adam Eaton got on base. That's what I needed him to do. Trevor Story's been great. We've got Edwin Rios, who I'll take those numbers. He's adding pop to the lineup. That's what we need. Ryan McMahon had like one of his better years in terms of like OPS and stuff, but still, I'm probably going to move him to the bench. Rosarena wasn't really what I expected. I thought he was going to do a little bit better, but I'm going to keep him. We're going to keep him. We got arbitration, might as well. Tapia is not doing it. I'm thinking he's going to become a bench bat for us. And Corey Lee, I will take those numbers all day. And they sent down Taglia, who did struggle for sure. So what do we do with all these first basemen? Maybe we trade McMahon. We just move Taglia to the bench, and then we have like Levine. We have Carmen Vazquez, who I think is going to take over for Chris Taylor. And then we have Hannah, and then where is he? Fuller is our new left fielder for Tapia. Basically, there are going to be some prospects coming up. I mean, heck, if we wanted to get crazy with it, we could probably throw in Tom Jackson. Or we let him develop for one more season. We throw him in for season 5. I mean, we've got the pieces to do it. We've got this Abreu guy who's still developing. He's almost an 80. Woo, Ooh. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So we just missed out on the postseason, which does suck, but I'm actually liking what we're doing with the squad. I really like being able to get the prospects involved. So retired players, anybody? No. All right. So exclusive negotiations. Got to bring him back. We'll backload it though. Chris Taylor. Do I let Vazquez? 75, 64, 61. Let me see how he compares to. I mean, it's not much different. It's not much different. So I'm gonna throw Vazquez in the spot. I'm gonna throw Vazquez in the spot. Yeah, I'm gonna throw him in the spot. Does he wants a longer contract? All right, whatever. We'll give him a player option. 5 mil, still not that much. Daniel Norris, I'll do a 2-year option. We'll bump it up to 6 mil. We'll do a club just in case he's terrible. McMahon, he just hasn't put it together. So I'm gonna let him walk. We just have plenty of first basemen, and we could just use Taglia if need be. Freeland, I'm gonna let walk. Adam Eaton, Gregorius. Tapia is gonna be the bench bat, the electric player off the bench, and then I'm gonna let everybody else go. I'll bring back Estevez just in case, and that way, if we can't get any more relievers, we at least have him, and he's been pretty good. So I'm gonna add Levine or Levine. I'm gonna add anybody else that I need to for the 40-man. Arbitration, we only have a couple, and I'm gonna let John Gray walk. So I'm gonna throw him to free agency right now. And then I said probably our pitching staff. We're gonna have Iwamura come up. Iwamura here. Slade. And then maybe we just put Colbert there. And then we just look to kind of bulk this up. Because we're letting go of Oberg as well, right? Or do we have him for this year? We have him for this year? I have him for this year. I gave him a 2-year. I didn't give him a club option. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. That is really unfortunate. Can I trade him? I might trade him. Let's see. Can I just get a better closer for him? I mean, that would be the best scenario for everything. How's Sir Anthony Dominguez doing? Not great. Let's see. Just really quickly, who could we get that looks good? Trevor Rosenthal. No. Nope. Not a lot of good closers. What about James Karinchak? He did really poorly this year. Can I get him though? This player's not signed to a contract. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get anybody. Diego Castillo not signed to a contract. Okay, I might have to wait. Ken Giles. Ooh, can I get Ken Giles? I'll give you Steve Castillo. He's not gonna be ready for me. Who is signed to a contract that I can trade? That I don't want is another piece. Let's go Jonathan Daza. No, Tapia. Tapia gets him pretty close, but I don't think we're gonna be able to get this deal done. Unfortunate. So Giles is off the table. So I might just have to wait and see if we can get a pitcher next season. But I might still try to sign somebody. I'm gonna offer everybody a contract, and then I'm gonna bring up those young guys. I think I might try to sign a bat if we need it. So somehow Blaine Fuller didn't sign with the team, so I have to give him Jamison Hanna to get the player that I want in my team. I was looking through my roster. I'm like, where did this guy go? And I was like, excuse me, where's the man, Blaine Fuller? So yeah, that happened. So that was unfortunate. You guys can also see the big move that I made, and now I got to get this team all sorted and situated. So the order is not set. You can kind of see what's going on here, and then I'll also show you the big money move that happened for the offseason and the pitching staff. Josh Hader has joined us, so I'm gonna leave. And for now, I'm thinking about making a trade, and I'm looking at the team, and I'm thinking maybe first base. We've got a bunch of first basemen, but none of them are really good. And looking at our roster, we don't really have. I mean, we have this guy that I signed in free agency who looks okay. I mean, we could give him a shot. Maybe throw him on the 40-man and give him a shot. Maybe send him down to AAA. I think he's almost out of options, so we gotta be careful. I think he is too. But yeah, maybe we give this guy a shot. I did sign him, and I guess I'll just show you the transaction so you can see the roster history, which I'm upset that Blaine Fuller didn't re-sign. That was annoying. But yeah, Alberto Ibarra was a free agent, so I decided to pick him up. But outside of that, there was Josh Hader. That's the deal, 12 years or 12 mil for 5 years. And then the other pickup was Ian Happ, who had a little bit of a down year last year, but every other year has been really good. And then we paid $14.3 million for 6 years. So that's the squad for now. I'm looking at it. Maybe a pitcher. Maybe like a bullpen arm, because like Oberg didn't really fill me with confidence last year. And I don't know if Yency Almonte is really the move. Maybe we leave it. Oh man, I don't know. I gotta think about it. Maybe a pitcher. Yeah, I think the pitcher's in. Yeah, I think it's a pitcher. All right, Fred Engel, Jonathan Daza, and Rick Slater getting me Brandon Woodruff. Doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't. But I'm getting them. So there's that. And then just to make sure we don't lose him for the rest of the rebuild, I'm gonna sign him to an extension. Rosarena doesn't need one. Yeah, we're good. There we go. He's not going anywhere for the rest of the rebuild. He's sticking with the team. So that just completely changed the team. That just makes us probably the best pitching team in baseball. Holy cow. The bullpen, yeah, but honestly, it's been really good. I think the offense is now starting to come together. We've got Vazquez. We've got Blaine Fuller in the team. We've got a couple guys that are still in the minors that could potentially sneak up to the team next year. I don't hate this team. I do need to sign, what, 2 players? 2 players from free agency to fill out the rest of the roster. We'll sign. Michael Taylor wasn't bad for us last year, so we'll give him another deal. I think he had like 5.5 last year. Okay, so now he wants to be a little bit greedier this year. After having, he did have a decent year. I'll give him 6.9. Nice. And then we'll go give Marwin another shot. Let's see if he takes a cheaper deal this time. 4 mil. Perfect. Okay, so that's the team. I'm going to get to the regular season. I'm going to add any other free agents that I need to fill up the minor league roster. We're currently ranked 12th. I mean, the team looks good. I really like the team. It is so good. The addition of Hader, then the addition of Woodruff. I don't think the whole trading metric player value system really did much. I really don't think it did. So yeah, this is the squad. I like it. I like it a lot. I think this is a really good team. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, so we finally made the postseason. We're a wild card team, 92-70. I'll take it. It's been too long. It took us 4 seasons, so we finally made it. So let's take a look and see standings wise. We missed out on the division by 17 games. I mean, the Dodgers are they're that good, but we had the best wild card, or we were number 1 in the wild card spot. So I will take that for sure. It's just we've progressively got better. I know from season 1 to season 2 we got worse. I think that was the season we got worse. Maybe season 3. Now I'm starting to forget. But yeah, I mean, we clearly have a good team. It's just taking down the Dodgers is going to be a really, really tough task. So maybe we get somebody really good in free agency. Maybe we're able to turn something around or like flip something in a trade, which is definitely possible. But we're gonna have to get a little lucky. We're gonna have to find something really good to make it happen. So looking at awards, we got Rookie of the Year with Carmen Vazquez. Okay, I'll take that for sure. Anything else? Because we haven't really been close for like anything. Oh, both these guys were in the mix for Rookie of the Year, so that's good to see. That means, you know, things went well, like really well. So it looks like they brought off Colbert. Oberg had a bad year. No, not at all. I'm calling him back up for the majors. He had a pretty solid season. I know Matsumoto did. I sent him down. He was getting rocked, so I sent him down. It just wasn't his year. I called up Ellsworth because Colbreth. I've been saying Colbreth. Whatever. He was not doing great, but Ellsworth isn't doing well either. So kind of flip of the coin. Almonte, dude, he's been a surprise for us. I really like him. As my battery dies in my controller, so we have a slight delay in your broadcast. Anyways, as we're back, Stevenson did have his worst season. I just signed him to an extension, of course. Estevez was fantastic. Dennis didn't pitch. Norris was great, and then so was Josh Hader. So you love seeing that. And then when you look at the starters, Beautiful, 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 beautiful numbers. Ooh, Marquez, no. But everybody else, even this Iwamura, I love seeing that. All right, so let's take a look at the lineup now. Tapia looks like he's more of a bench guy. You know, Michael Taylor, not as good as he was last year. Kirk Casale, still pretty good. Still pretty good. Maybe he's a little glitchy catcher to pick up. And then Marwin Gonzalez, I did bring him back. And you know what? I'll take it. I'll take it for sure. So here we go. How did the team do as a whole? Ian Happ got back on track. 40 home runs from the leadoff spot. 100 RBIs. Fantastic. What do we got? Arozarena. Man, is he just not doing what I was hoping? Trevor Story has always been good. Edwin Rios did take a little bit of a step back. He does hit free agency. So if there are... Like, he looks good versus righties, but that's about it. He doesn't look like he's going to hit very well. We do have Shunk. Shunk could potentially step in for sure. But we do have Tom Jackson. I keep saying Tony Jackson. Tom Jackson. I think Tom Jackson's coming up. I think his time to shine at the third base spot. Carmen Vazquez was Rookie of the Year. He had a great year. 30 doubles, 21 home runs, 809 OPS, 367 on base percentage. Oof. Love it. Alberto Ibarra had a really good year. I think he's our first baseman going forward. As long as he holds his rating. Unless we can give it somebody better, you know. Blaine Fuller, great year. Oh, was Blaine Fuller Rookie of the Year? Now I'm mixing them up. He was really good too. I mean, solid. Really, really good. Really good. And then Corey Lee still putting up pretty respectable numbers as well. And then Josh Fuentes was our DH, and I think that's what suits him best. So I'm happy with the team. I think we did have Abreu's potential go down, but he still looks like he's a pretty good hitter. I think he's going to be our new like Michael Taylor, Raimel Tapia type situation where he just takes this spot. And then Marwin Gonzalez is probably going to get taken by like Levine and Tom Jackson. So we'll see how things play out. We have to worry about playoff baseball now. Boom. We don't have a valid lineup. We'll fix what lineup's not valid? What lineup are we missing somebody? This would be what? First base. It'd be Ibarra. Why was That's the only lineup that we just didn't have set up. All right, boom. We lose 4-5. Who lost it for us? Barrios won 5 innings. Just what? Few runs got knocked in. Let's take a look at the organization's games. So what was it? The second inning killed us. Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, one more season. One more season. We got this. This is definitely this is the turnaround. The Yankees defeat the Braves, and who retired? Fred Hunter and Cano, as well as Cabrera. And then now exclusive negotiations time. He was a lot better this year. I'm going to take that $3 million option. Oberg, no. Michael Taylor, no. Marwin, how much does he want? I'll hold off. And then Raimel Tapia. We have not Michael Taylor. I'll take Tapia one more year. One more year. You're not going to be an everyday guy, though. That's the thing. I'll give you 5.5. You're my platoon guy. You're the guy that's coming off the bench to be the most electric player. That's what I need you to do. All right, 40-man. I'm going to add Shunk, Rollison, Valade as well. Arbitration. We do have Rios for one more year. Might as well bring him back unless there's somebody crazy that's here. Like, if I'm going to pick up somebody who's going to be an upgrade, I want Jackson to play. But, like, maybe we put him at first base. Like, Ibarra was really, really good, right? He was solid, but his attributes didn't improve much. And, like, Tom Jackson has very similar attributes. So maybe we keep Rios or we sign someone really big. I guess it also depends on what our budget is. 85 mil, we'll definitely have about half of that going to contracts and arbitration. So, what do we have here? Glaber, put him at third base. Yon Moncada, he could go at third base too. Or Bregman. Ooh, I don't know. Edwin Rios is going to be a game time decision. The pitching, I think, is pretty good. Maybe bring in a reliever. Maybe. But for the most part, I like the pitching. I think it's just, what do we do with Rios and the first base spot? So, yeah. See you guys for the final season. Final season, I'm going with the team. +1 addition. +1 addition. So, let me show you what we got for the pitching staff. I'm going to leave it the same. I have faith. I have faith. This team has been really, really good. The pitching staff, yeah, there's usually one eyesore, but for the most part, like, everybody's been really solid. And then when you look at the lineup, we got a big bat added to the team. Gleyber Torres on a $27 million contract. I lied. He's going to be our third baseman. We know he can't play short. He's not a shortstop. So third base is the place for him. We've got Tom Jackson playing first base for us this year with Ibarra, Tapia Fuentes. Abreu got called up as well. He's going to be like our floating outfielder. They just, our platoon guy. We got Taglia. This team, we've let a lot of prospects join the squad. We've got some new, I like this team a lot. The Vazquez, Fuller. We brought in Corey Lee. We've got Tom Jackson. We've got Iwamura. Iwamura, is that right? Yeah, Iwamura. We got him into the mix. I mean, this team is beautiful. This is like a franchise dream where you get those prospects in the mix. You got everything going the way you want it. We are ranked 7th. I'll take it. 4th in contact, 7th power. Defense kind of sucks, but you know what? I have faith in the squad. I like this team a lot. Let's see how it finishes out in the last season. Hopefully, we win the division. It's going to be tough, but I back the squad. All right, so we're a wild card team. It's expected. 92-70. I feel like we put up a good fight, though. Let's go take a look and see where we finished in the standings. And 7 games out. Okay, I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. At the trade deadline, we were 1.5 games out. So we cooled off a bit, but we're still right up there. We're still right up there. So I'm really happy with what we were able to accomplish. The West is a tough division. I mean, it just is. It's just a really tough one. So again, the top wild card spot. And what did we win? 92 games. So, I mean, we wouldn't even won any other division besides the Central. So, I mean, it's tough out there, huh? It's real tough out there. So, let's look at league leaders now. Complete games for Marquez and triples for Story. And any other crazy... Oh, we got Story and Blaine Fuller for at-bats. But that's at-bats. That's like nothing special. Triples was Story. We already knew that. What about home runs? Ian Happ with 40 is up in the top 5, I think. Ish. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tie. You got Story and Happ up there with RBIs as well. And then when we take a look at the awards, let's see who won everything. We got a gold glove for Blaine Fuller. Okay. JD Davis, MVP. Huh. Interesting. Interesting for sure. Kirilloff and Seth Beer. Tom Jackson in the mix for the Rookie of the Year. You like to see it. So now, the pitching staff. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, just completely changing up my bullpen. What? So what happened here? It's all a mess. So let's just... Alright, so Barrios was good. Marquez was great. Iwamura's looking like the next big thing. And then we've got back to Barrios. We only had 3 starters apparently. Gomber got roughed up. Rollison, yikes. Ellsworth looks decent. So maybe we use Ellsworth instead of somebody. I don't know. Almonte's been fantastic. Underrated player right there. Killed it. Stevenson back on track. Estevez sucked. Holder didn't even pitch. Neither did Dennis. Josh Hader though, lights out. Okay, let's figure out this situation. All right, Brandon Woodruff, get added. Just wake up. All right. Then Daniel Norris did poorly. Estevez did not. So let's go. Norris. We'll send down Estevez, and then what other crazy stuff do we got going on here? So maybe Ellsworth is there, and then we put Ellsworth there. I don't want him being the setup guy though. Because like Estevez was bad and Matsumoto was not great either. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess Stevenson or Almont. I think that's it. I think our bullpen just like kind of blew it for us, huh? So who got sent down here? Because we all know someone did. Vazquez got sent down. Man, the CPU's getting really involved with these call-ups and send-downs. Like, really involved. Like, it's like too much involved. Holy cow. Okay. So Tapia off the bench was great. So was Josh Fuentes. Abreu was all right. He's more of a fielding replacement. I mean, look at that fielding stats. Unbelievable. And then Curt Casali. Curt Casali is kind of a goon off the bench as a platoon catcher. So then what's here? Second base or DH? What? Taglia can play second base. So I guess Taglia is playing second base for us as Carmen Vazquez got sent down. It's just unreal. Like, what? This is, oh man, this is frustrating. Holy cow. Mouth is dry. Super frustrating because, like, we have a lineup set. Everything's meant to be a certain way, and like they're really just messing with it all, huh? We'll throw him back at second. Just okay, I guess. All right. So no DH. We've got Happ, who 40 home runs in the leadoff spot with 111 RBIs, 912 OPS. Perfect. Then you got Rosarena, who just not doing it, which is crazy because I've seen him hit like 50 home runs in a rebuild. So that's not good. Trevor Story was great. Gleyber Torres was solid. Blaine Fuller, this guy's going to be good. 87 overall already. Dang. This guy's 21 too. He's going to be insane. This is like the new Juan Soto. Carmen Vazquez did have a down year, but I still have faith. Tom Jackson on base percentage of 370. Ooh, okay. Corey Lease, a really good catcher. He might be my go-to if we got long-term things to do. Holy smokes. And then Taglia only got 5 games this year and then back to the top. So that's cool, I guess. Yeah, let's get into the postseason. See how this game against the Braves go. We're going to quick manage it, obviously, because it is our last chance of winning any type of game. We're going to have Barrios on the mound. And let's see. What do they got? Matt Olson at first. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad replacement for Freddie Freeman at all. All right. We started off with a double. I like that. An error. Okay, runners on the corners. A double play. That was like the worst possible outcome. Literally the worst possible outcome. Randy, thank you. Thank you for being that MF. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for finally getting something good done on the squad. So we're up 1-0, and I feel like this is not good enough. We need more. We definitely need more. 1 run I know is just not going to be good enough. So please add on some more. Oh, please give me more. Give me some more. Come on. Just anything, guys. Come on. Everybody's just going to go 0 for today. Everybody. Stolen base. I mean, somehow we're doing it. A strikeout, a fly out, and a strikeout. I got to take them out. I would love to keep them in, but this is too important of a game. I need Hader to shut the door. He does, and we're taking on, who did I say, the Nationals? The Mets. All right. Pitching rotation. Daniel Norris should not be there. What? Okay. We'll just... Everything's a mess. Everything's all messed up. Whatever. We'll have this. We'll go like this for the playoffs. I'm so confused with what the CPU did. It's unbelievable. All right. Game 1, we lose. Game 2, we lose. I think that's it. I think we're donezo. I mean, I'm so annoyed with the way this all played out, with the CPU getting so involved. Like, it's just such a small thing to not change the lineup. Just don't do it. That's how it ends. That's how it ends. And I set the playoff lineup the way I wanted it. When it was like, set your playoff lineup, I go into the roster, I set my playoff lineup, and they still just completely change up pitching rotation, lineup, and everything like that. And it is the worst. It is the worst it's been in years. Oh man, I hate to be negative. I really do. I hate it. I love trying to take everything positively, try to be optimistic, but wow, is this bad. On top of the fact I can't download an updated roster, on top of the fact that the servers have been garbage, this is so bad. I'm sorry that it's like this. If you're new to the channel, I'm sorry. This might be the first time you're seeing me, and I hate for that to be the case. Normally, I'm not like this. I've really enjoyed this rebuild. I really, really did. I love the team we put together, the prospects that we had, But man, when the CPU just goes and changes your lineup and it just destroys everything, it really puts a damper on it. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video anyways. The team that we created, unfortunately we weren't able to win anything, but I think we put together a really good team. Just got a little unlucky. So I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, guys, get in the comment section and let me know what team you want to see next. That's really what it is. Let's see if we can keep this rebuild train going. Normally ask for 1,000 likes. Let's see if you guys can hit that. I really hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate all the support you've been giving me. The support has been amazing since the start of MLB The Show 21. And again, guys, I thank you for it. And like I said, I hate to be negative, but man, that was, whoo, you know the cartoons with the thermometer. I felt like mine was just about to bust right there. So that's about it, guys. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.